Hello, comrades! Recently I had the privilege of having a discussion with a real-life liberal. I heard so many interesting things from him that I wanted to share some of them. First of all, he said that liberals do not directly support capitalism. It was a real shock to realize that my companion had no idea what his own ideology was about. Liberalism supports free markets, privatization of sectors like transportation, healthcare, and even water and food supply, and it supports wage slavery. If all of that is not enough to prove that liberalism supports capitalism, then maybe the growing amount of unemployment, poverty, and lack of funding for social programs, public transport and education will. The second, truly amazing thing that I was told was that liberals are not to be classified as either left or right. This, too, was a sign of poor knowledge. Well, the person in question barely listened to my arguments and was constantly trying to call me a Chinese bot, so assuming that he had any knowledge on the topic might have been too optimistic. Let us first tackle the question of what is to be considered left or right. Generally, we consider the right to be composed of people who want to keep the status quo, and the left to be composed of people who want change. With other words, rightists are those who want capitalism to remain, and leftists want to get rid of capitalism, be it through violent or peaceful means. Having established that, where does liberalism go? Obviously, to the right. And why? Well, because of the reasons mentioned earlier, that is, support of capitalism. The last thing that was worth my shitposting here was that liberals somehow make difference between liberal left and liberal right. This is basically proven to be idiotic and false by the previous point. Liberalism is by definition, just like any other capitalism supporting ideologies, a rightist ideology. There is no real difference between the so-called liberal left and liberal right, because both support privatization, wage slavery, and other capitalist values. With other words, both support the status quo. On the final note, when speaking to a liberal, make sure that they have some taste of their own logic, because otherwise they won't understand that it's wrong. When they say that you're attacking someone personally because you call them a typical libertarian as a joke, tell them that every time they say typical leftist, that it also counts as a personal attack. They will love it, and I'm speaking from experience. This is where I would like to stop for today. Did you have any interesting confrontations with liberals as well? Tell about those in the comments. Helps with the algorithm as well. And we'll see each other in the next video.